Hello everyone. I hope you are all doing well as you are looking forward to Holy Week. This is the week where we look at Jesus' suffering, his death, and then ultimately we get to Easter, his resurrection. And so to start talking about that, I have something here that I want to show you. It's an avocado seed. I don't know if you've ever had an avocado before or not, but they are green. They've got pretty big seeds in the middle of them with just one seed. And they're pretty cool, I guess. But there's nothing particularly special about this seed. You can see it a little bit better there. It doesn't move on its own. It doesn't look very pretty. It's actually pretty dead. There's nothing spectacular about it at all. But if you put it in the right conditions, it'll come alive. If you stick this avocado seed in the ground, it will move. It will break apart and it will send a root down into the dirt, and then it will send a leaf up through the dirt. And I have a little example here of kind of how that works. This is another avocado seed I have. It's a little bit bigger than the other one. But on this one, I wrapped it in a wet paper towel, and you can see that the seed began to crack. And if you were here, you could look in there and you could see that there is a little root in that crack. So this seed is beginning to come to life because it had moisture. And so if in a few weeks, if I place this in some dirt, the root will go down and it will come to life even more. So, why are we talking about an avocado seed? Well, because when Jesus was alive, he actually talked about his own death. And remember, Jesus' death is what we're looking at coming forward this Holy Week. And so, Jesus talked about how his death is kind of like a seed. So just like this seed, this one is dead, there's nothing special about it, Jesus was going to die too. He would suffer and die under the hands of the Romans. And so Jesus is kind of like this seed, because this seed, it's going to stay dead. If I just leave it on my desk here for weeks and weeks, nothing is going to happen. It's going to remain dead. But if I put it in the ground, it's going to come to life. And so Jesus is kind of like a seed because Jesus died. When they took his body off the cross, he wasn't alive. His heart was not beating. He couldn't move. And so they took his body and they put it in the ground, just like a seed is in the ground. But they took Jesus' body and they put it in the ground in a place called the tomb. And I have a picture here of what maybe the tomb looked like. It's a hole in the ground, and then you see this big rock over here would be rolled in front of the opening. And so Jesus' body was put in here. It was put in the ground just like a seed. And just like when you put a seed in the ground, and it comes to life, Jesus, after he was put in the ground, after he was put in the tomb, he came to life again too. And so, Easter morning, after Good Friday, after Jesus died, then there's Saturday and then Sunday morning, that first Easter morning, there were some women who went to go to the tomb. But they didn't expect Jesus to be alive. They thought he was dead. But when they got to the tomb, they found that the tomb was open, kind of like this one. And that it wasn't just open, but that the tomb was actually empty. Jesus' body wasn't there, because Jesus was alive. He came to life just like a seed would come to life when you put it in the ground. And so they looked in the tomb, and what they saw were two angels in the tomb. And those angels said to them, they said, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here, he has risen." So I got a little picture there. Those are the angels speaking to the women. The angels are saying, why are you looking for Jesus here in the tomb, in this place where dead bodies are kept? He's not here. he is actually alive. And so that is how a seed can remind us of the empty tomb, of Easter. And Easter is such an exciting celebration, festival, holiday, because Jesus came to life. And because Jesus came to life, that means that when you and I die, it's going to happen, that we don't have to worry about death, because we are going to live, because Jesus lived. And so that's how Jesus is kind of like a seed. And so at home, you can do this activity by planting some seeds at home, maybe a bean seed or a sunflower seed, or you can try an avocado seed. Get some dirt and put that seed in there and water it to see what happens. And so as you go throughout Holy Week, we remember that Jesus suffered and died, but we remember that on Easter, he came to life. Your memory passage is going to be the passage that we looked at, the passage that the angels spoke to the women who came that Easter morning. The passage is Luke 24, verses 5 and 6, and it says, "Why do you look for the living among the dead? He is not here. He has risen." I hope you all have a very good Holy Week and a happy Easter.